officially it is a 5 second knockout, but it's actually a 2 or 3 second knockout. And the Greek wrestler, no setup wrestler in Ben Askren got knocked the fuck out cold, like cold, stiff as a board, by a fighter called Jorge Masvidal. Jorge Masvidal is a savage. He is a savage. He's a street fighter and he don't give a fuck. Like, especially against a guy like Ben Askren, who has no setup at all. He believes he's the best wrestler in the world, at least in the UFC. So he thinks that all he has to do is just walk up to his opponent and just grab a hold of their opponent and beg for his life. But no, like, against many guys, I think he can do that. Like against mediocre guys, he can do that. Against a lot of guys, maybe he can do that. But against a guy in Jorge Masvidal who don't give a fuck, like I picked Jorge Masvidal to win this fight. But I thought it could have gone the other way. And if Jorge Masvidal hadn't landed that flying knee, picture perfect flying knee, it could have gone the other way. Like, it was another Cuban missile from another Cuban fighter. Like, Yoel Romero is a Cuban fighter, and he landed that Cuban missile against Chris Weidman and sent him to another dimension. And now, but Chris Weidman wasn't out cold. He was badly hurt, but he wasn't out cold. But Jorge Masvidal, another Cuban fighter, launched another Cuban missile to a Greek bum life, the Weasel, and he definitely knocked him out cold. Officially, it's a 5 second knockout, and I hope that the referee, Jason Herzog, was a turtle. I wish he was a turtle so that he would have took him like a minute to come in and stop the fight, because I would have loved the shit out of, Jorge Masvidal beating the crap out of dead corpse in Ben Askren for another like 45 seconds. It would have been awesome. But yeah, if the referee was Usain Bolt, it would have been 2 seconds or three seconds. But another thing is that Jason Herzog is whenever Jason Herzog is refereeing the fight, there is a knockout. And I knew, like I said in reaction, like, I knew something was gonna happen, something big was gonna happen. Like, he refed Jimmy Manuel versus what's his name, Anthony Johnson, Rumble Johnson, and he refed Jimmy Manuel versus Volkan Oezdemir, and he refed Gokhan Saki versus Khalil Roundtree. So every fight he's refereeing in, there's a knockout. There's a vicious knockout. And if someone's going to knock out the other one, it was going to be Jorge Masvidal knocking out Ben Askren. So I was like, holy shit, Jason Herzog is a referee. Oh my God. Thank you, Jason Herzog. Like, you are the man. Like, every time you are refereeing a fight, there's a knockout. So thank you. Thank you very much. But I don't know. Like, Jorge Masvidal landed a perfect Cuban missile. But it could have gone, like I said, it could have gone the other way if he hadn't landed the flying knee, or if he hadn't chosen to go for that flying knee. But even if he had gotten taken down, I think he would have used his takedown defense, his jiu-jitsu, or his striking offense to finish Ben Askren eventually. Like, we don't know what would happen if the fight went the distance, or we don't know what would have happened if the flying knee didn't land. But I think, just looking at Ben Askren's just dumb way of engaging the takedown, and the way Jorge Masvidal his striking is like elite level, I think Jorge would have finished him eventually, even if he hadn't landed that flying knee. So I'm so happy for Jorge Masvidal. Like, I've been waiting for this fight for about 2 or 3 months. 2 or 3 months, yes. And this, the way, like Jorge Masvidal, not only he knocked him out cold, he knocked him out in 5 seconds. Actually, a 2 or 3 seconds, and it's the fastest KO in UFC history, and 50 G's guaranteed, baby. And so happy for Jorge Masvidal. And this fight proves, like, this was a like one shot knockout KO, one shot knockout fight. So we can't say too much about this fight, like the fight between Robbie Lawler and Ben Askren, because it was very controversial. I think this fight proves that Ben Askren's way of fighting will not work always in UFC. Because yes, his wrestling is top notch. Yes, he beat Weidman in a college wrestling, but there are savages in UFC. Savages in UFC, and if he thinks that he can just maul people with his pure wrestling, like, he is a strong wrestler, but if he thinks he can maul people with no setup at all, he's gonna get mauled. Like tonight, like last night, he got mauled by a Cuban missile. Like, if he fights Yoel Romero, I think he's gonna get murdered. Like last night he got murdered as well. But if he fights Yoel Romero, like, they are in separate weight classes, but if he fights Yoel Romero, I think he's gonna be obliterated, and I think he's gonna be gone off the earth. So I'm so happy for Jorge Masvidal. So that's what happened, and I think Jorge would have won the decision or TKO win, even if he hadn't landed that flying knee. So it is what it is. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.